assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine! Yes, of salvation, purchase of God, born of His Spirit, washed in His blood. This is my story. This is my song. Praising my Savior all that day long. This is my story. This is my song. Praising my Savior all the day long. So, my dear friends, good evening, good morning, good night, good afternoon, and whatever time you uphold, wherever you are, I want to share something special with you. And this is taken actually from our today's reading. And I felt it very much special to share with you. It is taken actually from the book of Genesis. Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 to 4a. This is a call to Abraham, the father of God's people. Listen carefully and attentively wherever you're listening. Those who are online, you can be free to comment. Those who are live together with me. And so I'm reading from the book of Genesis. The Lord said to Abram, go forth from the land of your kinsfolk and from your father's house to a land that I will show you. I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you. I repeat, and I will bless you. I will bless those who make you. I will make your name great, so that you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you. All the communities of the earth shall find blessing in you. Abram went as the Lord directed him. The word of the Lord. In this word, you hear the promises of God. The promises of God that are true and real. The promises of God that are not only a promise, that promises comes to their fulfillment. Promises that comes to be fulfilled. This is not a daydream promise. It is not a joking promise. It is a serious promise because it is a promise of God. God is promising to Abraham, but indeed, He's promising you and I today. And so it is a serious promise. It is very much difficult to accept the promises of God because to a certain point, they appears to be vague. We've to wait for God's promises. They are not always instant as we would expect. Unajua, tunatakanga mambo ya kufanyika hapo hapo. We want things that happened instantly. Twendaga maundu maria marahanika o hau hau. Maundu maria marahanika narua. But we forget that the promises of God, sometimes they could take a year. They could take a month. They could take 5 years. They could take 10 years. They could take even 20 years. But it does not matter because the fulfillment of God will always be accomplished. And God will always accomplish his will to a certain point. And he says, go forth from the land of your kinsfolk and from your father's house to a land that I will show you. The promise of Abraham was more difficult because he is being assigned to a land he knows not, to a strange land. If it was you and I being asked to leave to our original house, our original comforts, yani mahali penye tumezoea, it would have been a very difficult thing because we would prefer to stay where we are. We would prefer to stay in our comforts. And so it is that God sometimes uses harder ways for us also to mature in our faith and in our relationship with him. And so it was for Abraham. It wasn't easy. He is being asked to leave a land that he is accustomed to, a land where he labors, a land where he explores, a land where he had friends, a land where he thought that was the land that he was going to die, a land where he had captured from his forefathers perhaps, a land that he thought this was my own, a land that he thought perhaps this land I'll sell it to a certain point. And God comes and asks him to leave that land and to move on to another place where he'll be actually a stranger. He promises Abraham, listen, I will make of you a great nation and I will bless you. Let me stop there. The blessings of God. Many times we reject them because he asks of us to do things that are difficult. For those who are into ministry, they will be asked to leave their parents, sometimes to leave their wives, sometimes to leave their children, in order to respond fully and commit themselves to the service of God. And most of them reject the blessing and they choose some other stuff. But the Lord is promising Abraham and you tonight, and you this morning, and you this moment, that I will bless you. What is that God is asking you to leave at this moment? What is that you are attached to? Is it your lustfulness? Is it your pride? Is it your husband? Is it your wife? Is it your children that you have made them actually a God whom you adore? You have rejected the church now to worship them. You have rejected the church also to worship money. It has become your God. You have rejected the church. You have no time for church to worship your business. This is what somehow maybe God is asking of you to detach from tonight so that you can get your blessing for you, for your family, for your community, and for your nation. I will bless those who bless you, that even those who speak good of you, God will bless them. Those who monitor you, those who mentor you, God will bless them. Wanaokutakia mema, Mwenyezi Mungu atawabariki. Ati andu aria makwendagira wega, nake Ngai no ekũmarathima. Just like the story of Virginia Wangari, the mother of 12. You saw that God provided her with a free lawyer whom she didn't have to pay nothing. This is a woman who did not have much. She only trusted in God. And the lawyer from nowhere came up and decided that she was going to make her case be vindicated. And her case really and truly was being vindicated. So God is going to send you angels. They will be your defenders. in front of your enemies. He will silence them. They will have no power. They will set up traps. But indeed, they shall fall in those traps themselves. They shall come to you and they shall realize that the God you worship is a God of truth. They shall not have power over you. They shall take you to court thinking they have the best of lawyers. But you shall leave them. You shall leave their wide open eyes. They shall watch you getting a blessing. And God will bless those who bless you, those who think good of you, those who pray for you, and those who speak actually good, even in your absence. They will be blessed. And this was actually my message today. I was reminding my people, pray for those, especially that don't know that you're praying for them. Keep praying for them. I am not preaching. I'm just talking. I'm just sharing with you who is listening to me. Because it is God's will that I share with you, and it is important that we exchange these words together, break them, and share them together. He will curse those who curse you. So do not take revenge. God is there to stand with you, to stand by you. All the communities of the earth shall find blessing in you, that you shall become a blessing to those who encounter you. They'll find a blessing in you. Many people shall be healed through you. Many people shall get even jobs through you. Many people will come to know God through you. All of us will be evangelizers and members of light, because God will be our vindicator and his blessing will be upon us. Abraham went as the Lord directed him. Abraham was very obedient. He couldn't resist God's blessing. He was open to God's blessing. He was a man of faith. Be one today, my dear friend. Remember also to subscribe. Remember to spread this good news. Remember to share them with others. So that all people come to experience this light and the goodness that we have experienced. We may be struggling. You may be that you're pushed to the edge. You feel that your journey is coming to an end. But make it a beginning. This is only a beginning. It might be painful, but believe me that someone is coming to bless you. Someone is coming to bless you somewhere. Open your heart, open your eyes, open your ears. Listen to his voice telling you that I'm here speaking to you. Open your hands, open your arms. Give, especially this Lenten season. Give so that you shall receive. God bless you. Perfected light, visions of rapture now burst on my side. Angels descending, rain from above, because of mercy, whispers of love. This is my story. This is my song. Praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story. This is my song. Praising my Savior all the day long. Mission, all is at rest. I in my Savior, I'm happy and blessed, watching and waiting, looking above, filled with His goodness, lost in His love. This is my story. This is my song. This is my